Welcome back to VOR Classic with Joel, Mike, and Ed. One thing that's really cool about the overall development of Sidious, and I mean, I think at least we all agree, like, of all the things that come out of the prequel, like, one thing we can't really knock is his character.
Yeah.
Because you have, Vader was the ultimate villain. I mean, for a long time, for years, nobody got badder than him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he reveals himself to be the father of Luke. And I was like, oh, there's a, I mean, it hit us, there's a guy under there. And he may be the father of our hero, you know? Like,
yeah.
The reason we're here, like, you know, it was just blowing our minds. So when Jedi came around, it made Vader, it's like they actually tried to make him, in design, more robotic. I mean, they made him cleaner, and he's got these robes going on. But at the same time, he's never been more human, you know?
Yeah.
It's ultimately leading to his redemption at the end, and his softening towards Luke, and all these things like that. But Palpatine, I mean, Palpatine came on like the real pure evil, and he wasn't an amazing figure. He wasn't like, you know, Xerxes in 300. He wasn't like Dracula. He was like a twisted old fuck, and it was just what was great about these prequels was to see this twisted evil bastard, to see like where he came from too. And I mean, we don't get to see his early origins. We don't know his total motivation beyond just being so
Alcoholic
Sith.
dad.
Yeah, probably alcohol. Probably some diddling, you know.
It's just,
I'll
you know,
show you all.
to be a Darth, you got to get beat around a little bit.
Yeah, there was definitely some smacking.
Well,
but
I think in a lot of ways, Episode 3, like, kind of disappointed me in a lot of, like, Sidious's and Palpatine's development. Like, you know, like uncorking the thing about, you know, you will be Luke's father, and yet I could possibly, through will of the Force, be yours.
yeah,
You know, when they kind of intimated that, but they didn't really outright say it. But, you know, it's like they were looking for, like, a big twist, and I know that they wanted a big twist. But I just kind of could give a crap.
the thing is, yeah, at this point, you don't need it. You don't need a twist, because all you have to do is just pretend like we've never seen the last 3 movies, and then tell the best story you can.
Yeah.
You don't need a twist. The twist is implied. And by seeing, even though we know what's going to happen, by seeing that reveal, by seeing what's going to happen, I mean, the whole prequel trilogy is just a curiosity to people like us. We get it, and we're fine with it. But it's like, wouldn't it be cool to see these things happen? Wouldn't it be cool to see the Clone Wars? You don't have to try and fool us, you know?
Yeah, I think also the hammy freak out at the window versus Mace.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that he's cool, calm, and collected, and then just went fucking, no, you know, just, damn it, bah.
See, I like that.
Really?
I disagree, yeah.
I thought it went, like, a little bit
seemed
over.
I
didn't.
know.
I didn't, because he was enjoying himself. I mean, he finally gets, he's getting everything he wanted, and he's like, well, maybe it happened a little, like, you know, maybe a couple days sooner than I was ready to reveal everything and make sure all these guys were dead. But, you know, they came to me, you know, I'll figure out a way to fix this. So Mace had him, cuts him off. He says, you know, fuck it, you're done. And he fries him, and then he comes up with another excuse of why he looks the way he does, why his quote-unquote true face is revealed.
I think that his attack, both physically and like verbally, everything about all of it was so grisly and animalistic and so undignified for that character, and I thought it was the perfect flip side to Palpatine. Palpatine almost came off, and really, and the way he's portrayed in the Clone Wars was like an old woman.
Yeah.
He was very docile. And
as Palpatine, yeah.
As Palpatine, yeah. He was very fancy and prissy, and everything about him was so, not feminine, but like, just fragile.
It was affected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
very.
So when he finally, to see him scooting along the windowsill, I was like, wow, that really is a man under those robes, and that's kind of cool. And then with the whole lightsaber, I didn't like the whirling dervish.
Yeah.
Are you threatening me? Oh, you know, that was weird. But that whole hands over the head attack with the open mouth, it was so ugly and uncoordinated and chunky looking and just really...
Yeah, it was very awkward to watch.
Yeah. Like, it was very
I was fine. I mean, because he's nothing anybody ever has expected. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's what, like, you know, and I've talked about it a million times before. That's where the books kind of made all the, like, you know, the books made it abundantly clear that not necessarily that like, or this is what I got out of it, that Palpatine, like, after Mace's, like, reflection of the lightning, that wasn't what scarred him. But him just
Right.
using the lightning, he is now forced to use his real face. That he is hidden as Palpatine for so long.
Right. Right.
And that now his true Sith face, this is the way he looks.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. That's another thing that they leave wide open. You know, as wide open as is he Anakin's father?
Yeah.
Which, you know, I hate it. I hate that. I hate the concept.
I don't like because like I'm so like stuck on the Qui-Gon, you know?
Well, I know that, but I also hate that they raised a question and never bothered to answer it ever.
Yeah, they just kind of, would that be cool?
Yeah, and not just any question, but like a Jesus type question. This
Well,
immaculate conception.
that's one of the rules of entertainment, is to always leave them wanting more, and that's the truth. I really believe that.
Yeah, but when it's-
But you shouldn't jerk them around.
But when it's the Big
True.
Brother, the Big Brothers of America type of, you know, wouldn't it be cool if I was your daddy? You know, it's just like
Yeah.
kind of,
No, yeah.
what are you
Right.
doing?
Right.
But like definitely the sword fight scene in the
Oh.
book.
Oh yeah,
Of him
the
taking
fight
down
in the
the-
office.
Did you?
Oh,
You know
regale
what?
me
Yeah,
with
we've
that
covered
again.
that before. and
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, I just need to do the comic adaptation of that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we should just get some figures, man. Hey, I got that whole scene. I have everybody in that scene now. I'm ready to go. I just have to build the office. And
I've got
the chair.
I've got enough ugly Palpatine figures that y'all can burn and bend and do everything you want with, because I don't like them.
I know he needs some toy love.
He needs some tender loving care.
He does. He does.
Hey, it's Ironhide, but yeah. Oh, but definitely, and this is what like Brother Omi thought we were like crapping on that one book, but you know, no,
Yeah.
Dark Lord, Rise of the Sith. That was an
Yeah.
incredible book showing the dynamic between the Sith master and apprentice.
Yeah.
That you know that you're never truly a master. By the time that you're a master, you've killed yours.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You know?
you're on your way to dying.
Yeah.
And you can expect it.
Well, yeah. You know someone's gonna be coming after what you got.
It's that level of you have to both intimidate your apprentice and yet empower him. You have to make him strong enough to want to kill you, but at the
Right.
same time, you've got to withhold enough information to keep him always wanting more.
And for the apprentice, it's a gamble because when do you kill your master?
Yeah, when's the final? Have you learned everything yet?
Yeah. Have you learned enough to even go out on your own and find out more? So
Well,
it's
that's
really
something. I
interesting.
know you guys. I don't know if you guys are necessarily apprehensive to go into this particular book, and it's not. It's no Dark Lord, but the Darth Bane
I haven't
was
read it
really
yet.
good.
Yeah,
I've got
still-
it. I
still
can
need to
bring
read
it.
this.
Y'all
Okay.
can borrow it. It's a quick read.
Yeah, please do.
I got to
Please
be
do.
honest with you. For that particular piece of this conversation, that is really held up. That whole theory of when do you kill? Because at this point in this particular story, the Sith have thrown off that whole original two, and it's a Sith army, and it's just there's a few guys in charge, and blah 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 blah. And Bane, while he's learning in the archives, realizes the way it's supposed to be, and he knows that he has to kill all these people, and he has this one teacher who he loves. It's his sword teacher, and there's a love there. It's a father-son love.
Yeah.
It's a little Nambla, but I mean,
Yeah, but look at Anakin.
Bam, he
and
awesome.
They do a great job with that with Anakin and Palpatine, I'd say.
Yeah.
By, Anakin never had a dad, and then, a father figure.
Well, you see, that's
But Qui-Gon came in and kind of started to become that. He was a guy who came out of nowhere, set him free, hooked his mom up with a lot of cash, and then took him away to fill his dreams, and was being a leader, and was just someone he could totally look up to. He gets killed. So then he's got Obi-Wan, who's like half brother, half father figure maybe, but not really. But then Palpatine makes himself constantly available and goes from the dude to your friend, to your mentor, to mentor father figure.
and supportive.
That was
he was the
absolutely.
only character that seemed to be supportive of Anakin.
Right.
Well, that's where I think that one scene failed, in that it wasn't abundantly clear that whenever he was intimating that the Force, like this immaculate conception to the Force.
Oh, in the opera hut.
Yeah, that like I totally saw it as a ploy of his to try to like say, I could be your and like even though the Anakin really hasn't thought it out loud, he kind of knows. He kind of knows
think he knows?
that Palpatine knows a lot more than he should.
Well,
You can kind of tell that, it's that dangerous playing close to the fire. But, he gives Anakin every single thing he needs, validation and all that, so he's not about to give that up.
yeah.
And so I think that he knew even then. He just didn't want to own up to it.
I think the fact that Palpatine, in his mannerisms, and the fact that he would let slip secrets of Anakin's to Anakin,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he was almost implying that, like, I have your ass on a rope.
Yeah.
Like he would say little things, and of
Oh,
course
he
I don't
was-
have an example.
Right.
He would say little things that would make
Well-
Anakin think to himself, like, "Wait a minute, does this fucker know what I'm talking
Well,
about?"
that's it. I mean, even things like, he knew how to keep those he loved from dying.
Yeah.
And it's just like dangle, dangle, dangle.
Yeah.
It's like, how
And
do you...
Anakin's like, "What are you talking about?"
I love that line when, like all Anakin has talked about is like, I've got to save Padme. I've got to save Padme.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't kill him. He knows how to save Padme.
Right.
All that stuff. And then like they off Mace, and he's like dropping to one knee. He goes, "So you can help me save Padme?" He goes, "Nope, but together we can figure it out." He's like, that's totally
that was the worst.
That's totally just like, shit. I'm in now. I'm in.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, oh my god, he fucking did it.
Yes.
He got me.
Yes.
Yep, you should have
Yep.
researched that.
Yes.
You should have Googled him.
But that goes back to the original. That's what makes that Sith Lord so good. Is that they make it, that you just got to hold enough info.
Sith so good. Come on, baby.
So good. It was good. All right. Well, hey, let's do a quick break. We'll come right back.
I'm gonna go
Sith,
scratch
Sith.
myself against something.
No shit. God. Oh. We're trying to 7-Eleven get some off. Deep Woods off. Or just jump in the water.
Where the bugs are born.
We're almost 20.
To continue this episode of VOR Classic, click the link on your screen now. Right now! If you like it, please click the thumb and share it with your friend. Now, let's continue the episode.